Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing tonight? My mic got disconnected. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's all here. Hi, Hez. Hi, Thunder. Hi, Raven. 60 Girl, Laugh Through Life, Phoebes, Little Pretzel, Marlissa, Logical Thinking, Winter Rose, Mr. Greenie, Nola Ray, Tiffany B, The Dark Magician, Jade, Witchy Winnie. How's everybody doing? Doing pretty good, you guys. We're going to watch this James Charles video. And before I start, I posted a video earlier today about James Charles. So I highly suggest checking that out because it shows like a whole pattern of behavior. So I will link it in the description once this uploads. Hey, Haley. Hi, Timmy. Hi, Winter Rose. Colorless Canvas. Terry. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Whoops. Is it Tifa? Tifa? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Tiff? Can I just call you Tiff? I'm so bad at pronouncing names, you guys. You already seen it. I've watched it once, and then I watched Keemstar's reaction to it, and now I'm watching it for a third time. Keemstar was like cracking me up because he was like laughing so much. Paula says, I couldn't finish watching. He's just annoying, as in No More Lies. He destroyed Tati, and she was right all along. Yep, she sure was right all along. I mean, I knew this the whole time. He never cleared everything up in No More Lies for me. Like, there were so many holes in No More Lies, and I've just thought over the past couple years that there just was something off about James Charles. I didn't think it was this bad, but I just knew there was something not right with him. Hey, Alabama, y'all. Your name's Tiffany. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know I mess up people's names all the time, so I just wanted to ask and see. Nola Ray says there were more questions after No More Lies. I said it from the beginning. He didn't answer anything. I know. The thing, like, when Tati said, like, they were at the restaurant and he did that phrase, I'm a celebrity. It doesn't matter. I'm a celebrity. I can totally see James Charles saying that. And like his excuse for like the I'm a celebrity thing, the whole I'm famous thing. I just thought that was off. In my opinion, I thought it was just a BS excuse for actually saying that. The thing with James Charles, he knows his power and balance. He knows all of this stuff. This isn't anything new. And the fact that he's acting like, oh, I just now realized that there's, this power and balance, and, these kids may see me, they see me as James Charles. But we're going to get into all that right now. I'm going to go ahead and add this. I got it all ready here. And then after this is over, if we have time, I want to go over some of the new stuff that came out yesterday about him. To be quite honest, I'm actually surprised he uploaded this video. I was not expecting it at all. So, yeah, exactly. Colorless Canvas. He had 2 years to figure it out. He's had so many chances. He's had so many chances at this point. It's ridiculous. And the fact that he doesn't know how to handle himself online and how much he interacts with his fans, it's absolutely disgusting. After everything he's been through, you would think that he would have learned to, conduct himself online better. Oh, thank you, EH Indigo. Thank you so much for your super chat. Keep up the good work. I really appreciate that. That's very generous. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Hi, Raven. This is my first time I've been able to watch your live. I always see the replays. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you caught a live. Hey, Alabama, y'all. I'm going to have to watch Ant's live. I love Ant. He's awesome. Okay, let's get started. Let me blow this up here. If you can't hear the sound, let me know. Holding myself accountable. All right, let's do this.
Hello everyone, James Charles here, and today I'm going to be making a
Oh my God.
video about a very important topic.
Can you guys hear that? It's really low. The volume is like really, really low. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. How are you? Thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Very sweet. It's faint. The sound's faint. It is up all the way. So I don't know why the volume's so low on this. Keemstar said it was really low too. I think it gets louder as it goes on, so we'll just have to see. The volume is all the way turned up on it.
As many of you guys know, about 2 years ago now, I was involved with a very public online scandal in which some fellow YouTubers made some very serious accusations against me. And within the past couple of weeks, similar accusations are being made again. And I think it's very important that I get on camera and talk to you guys honestly about what is going on. When this first happened 2 years ago, I uploaded a video to my channel called No More Lies, and that video was a very planned video. It focused on receipts and screenshots and defending myself in the situation, but I want you guys to know that this video that I'm going to be making today is going to be nothing like No More Lies. Uh, this is not exactly planned. I don't have a script. I will let you guys know that I do have just some notes in front of me of points that I want to make because this is a very, very serious topic.
But the things he was getting called out for and my sister, I mean, most of it was true. He was pressuring straight guys. He was I mean, I just did a full video on like his full timeline of like scandals and stuff like that. Like he's very demanding. He talks down to people. He uses his like he knows he has a power imbalance and he knows he uses it to his advantage. Period.
But today's video is going to be from the heart, and I'm going to focus on what happened, the conclusions that I've come to, and most importantly, holding myself accountable for my own actions. First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I've made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos because you shouldn't have to. And this is really, really embarrassing. When this all
Yeah, it is very embarrassing. I mean, considering everything. This dude has gotten so many passes, so many passes. When all of this came up last June, July with the Ethan Andrew kid, I was blown away that people were blaming that 14-year-old kid. He was 14 and everybody was blaming that kid. And he didn't even have to address it. James never even addressed that. He was behind the scenes messaging drama channels trying to discredit that kid. He's gotten so many passes at this point, so many. And all he has done is like victim blame each person that comes forward with something with James.
started online a few weeks ago, it sparked a large conversation, and many people have shared their thoughts and opinions. And I want to take some time to address literally everything in today's video.
Yeah, and he's been blocking a ton of people. He's been blocking so many people on like Twitter and everything else. He has to have been filtering comments on his YouTube videos. I mean, I rarely see anything on YouTube that is a comment towards this, especially on his newer videos. and it's weird. So he has to be filtering certain words and certain comments through his YouTube videos. And the fact that this video has 141,000 likes, that blows my mind. It only has 10K dislikes. Jeez. I mean, this isn't like some oopsie, you know? This this is a crime that he's admitting to. Lower my mic a little bit. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can. Let's see if the volume gets I hope the volume gets louder on this video, because I can't lower the volume on my mic.
But before doing that, I want to make it really, really clear that I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong. There's no excuse for them, and I don't plan on making any in this video either. And I hope that you will choose to watch it all the way through. I also just want to make a quick note as well that I'm filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that when I upload this tomorrow, it is going to be April Fool's Day, which is awful timing because this video and this topic is not a joke in any way, shape, or form. And I don't want anybody to think that it is, but I also don't want to wait any longer to speak about this. I want you guys to know that this is...
It's weird that he like said what time it was. I'll try not to talk like really loud. It's weird that he said what time it was. And that he's filming this at 1:00 in the morning. I mean, that's just weird. It is like David Dobrik vibes. I don't know if he's like using that as a tactic or what. What does it matter what time you're filming this?
It's very, very important to me, and I'm taking this very, very seriously. The last thing that I want to say before I just get into it is that I think it's important that I provide a trigger warning for this video. There's going to be topics and things talked about that are very, very sensitive to some people, and I don't want anybody to have to listen to those if they don't want to. So I'm just letting you know right now. But with all that said, I think it's time that we talk. In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media.
It's crazy. I have like really good headphones on and everything else, and I can barely hear this video. And James usually talks like really loud and really loud and really fast in all of his videos. It's just weird. The volume is so low on this. Hey, everyone coming in.
One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16. Upon finding out, I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making...
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Well, technically, there's no proof that I think the Isaiah kid, when he came forward with everything, James put out that statement, and Isaiah went under James's thread, and he posted screenshots of him, saying, "Hey, James, we both know that I blocked you." So he posted screenshots showing that he blocked James Charles. So I think that's a lie.
Videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now, looking back, that was so stupid because as I did more research on these topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter because I fucked up. And I needed to take accountability for my actions and most importantly, apologize to the people that were affected by them.
What was he going to do? Bring screenshots showing that the kids lied about their age? This isn't like, you tricking straight guys. This is bigger than that. It doesn't matter if they lied about their age. Like, it literally doesn't matter. It shouldn't even be a topic of discussion that they lied about their age because it doesn't matter. period. It never should have been a topic of discussion. James is the adult. James is the celebrity. It's his job to make sure that he's talking to people that are over 18 before sending inappropriate photos and videos after a day. Like, I don't get it. What does he do? Just like bait these kids and they're like, hey, I'm 18. And he's like, okay, let me send an inappropriate photo to you. It's weird. It's weird behavior.
These conversations should have never happened, point blank, period. There's no excuse for it. There's no if, ands, or buts. And I take full responsibility for that. I trusted the information that was given to me rather than the information I could have and should have gotten myself. In both of these situations, doing research into these people's public social media profiles would have revealed their true ages, and therefore these conversations would have never happened in the first place. But I didn't do the research, and that is what is so embarrassing.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for one second. I don't believe that he never seen their ages. I just don't believe that. Isaiah, his age was right by his Snapchat. James went on Isaiah's Instagram to find Isaiah's Snapchat. There was a little, pinned story with Isaiah's age and his TikTok. James is a huge TikToker. You cannot tell me James didn't go to this kid's TikTok and check him out. There's no way. And the other kid that just came forward, the really, really tall kid, there are so many TikToks of that kid saying he's like 15, 16 years old. So many TikToks on his profile. And it's like, you know how you can do like the little previews on TikTok? There's like a bunch of them that have like the words on the preview of his age. So there is no way that James didn't see their ages. There's just no way. I don't believe that for a second. He's full of shit.
As an adult, it is my job and my responsibility to verify who I'm talking to, and therefore there is no one to blame for this other than myself. To the guys involved with this situation, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you. I'm sorry that I flirted with you, and I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable. I was
Yeah, and that should have been your first statement, not, oh, I didn't verify their age. You're putting that seed in your viewers' heads that they still lied about their age. And it shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. You put it in your notepad statement so that everybody would blame a 16-year-old for talking to you and you sending inappropriate photos. That's all I hear from his fans is, oh, well, the kid lied about his age. It doesn't matter. But he's still bringing it up in this video. If he really wanted to hold himself accountable, that wouldn't even be a topic in this video. It would just be, it was my job to find out the age of these kids, and I failed to do that, point blank, period.
being reckless. And after looking back and finally realizing that this was my own fault, I started doing a lot of thinking and reflecting to really try and figure out why I was actually allowing myself to be so reckless in the first place. In all other areas of my life, my friends, my business, I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things. And I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion.
Because you're hitting up your fans. That's your problem. Don't hit up your fans. You've been hitting up your fans for the past, 2, 3 years at this point? You've just gone down in the age brackets over time. It's weird. And I'll give you guys like my full personal opinion on why I think it got so out of control at this point. Because I just did that video and just kind of looking at James's history. If you look at from when all of this started from like the Gage situation, those boys were like 18, 19. And then the waiter, he was like 18, 19. And I think like James, he has this straight boy, he's attracted to straight guys. And when you're like 18, 19 years old, you're harder to manipulate. And that's why I think he's going for kids that are 15, 16. Because when you're 15, 16, you're easily manipulated when you're a teenager. You're still trying to figure yourself out, especially if you're like curious about, whether you're, into girls or whether you're into guys. You are easily manipulated by a powerful celebrity like James Charles. And I seriously think that's why he's like hitting up all these younger kids, because the other ones weren't working out for him and they were like immediately going public with stuff. I don't know. It's just weird how the pattern of the behavior over time, and then now it's just like underage kid after underage kid after underage kid. And there's more than two. There was like a ton of people that came out yesterday. So he's lying in this video about that too, because there's more than two.
It's sucks and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate. I do understand that with these videos coming to light, it's really starting to, not even starting, it's really looking, period, like I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with. And I just want to say firsthand that that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that can make me laugh. And unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person yet.
That's another lie. That's another lie. Not even a year ago, he was on Logan Paul's podcast saying that he would like to date the youngest possible. 18, 19 is what he said, or his age, youngest possible. That's specifically what he said. And he even tripped up and said, high school boys. We'll watch that clip after this is over.
But the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most importantly, not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And there's no excuse for that. When I've watched videos in the past of people talking about serious topics, such as this one, it's always really bothered me when people would talk about conclusions or changes that they're going to make without actually talking about how they got there in the first place. So I think it's really important that I do that in this video. I just honestly think that I owe it to you guys to kind of walk you through the reflection that I've been doing, so you know that I'm taking this seriously, how I came to terms with my desperation, and how it led me here. In 2000,
This looks so forced. He just looks like he doesn't want to do it at all. He don't even look like he's taking it seriously at all. Hey, everyone coming in. I see a bunch of people coming in. Hey, everyone coming in. But he just looks like this is so forced. Like he doesn't even want to be doing this at all. Like he's not even sorry. This is like so fake to me.
19, my dating life became even more public than it already was when I was called out and labeled as a predator. You guys, I feel like at this point, all know the story, so I don't want to go back into details, but pretty much I had to get on camera and prove that I was being lied to. I had all the receipts to back it up, but at the time, I also recognized that I definitely needed to change the way I was going about dating because clearly something was not working. And in that video, I made a vow and a promise to myself and to you guys as the audience that I would be way more careful moving forward. And that promise was not one that I kept.
But you know what, James? Like, that's all bullshit to me because during Bicester, during you getting canceled and getting massive hate and everything else, you were hitting up another guy, trying to manipulate him, trying to make him do things that he didn't want to do. You were behind the scenes manipulating another guy. So it's like you weren't learning anything through all of that at all. I just think his words are just BS. I think he has a problem. I think he has a serious problem. This is like a sickness because there are so many people that have come out about him at this point, and I think there are a lot more than we really realize. I think there's going to be more on top of what came out yesterday, and I don't think he can help himself. I think it's an obsession. I think he likes to do this. This isn't normal. If he really wanted a relationship, he would be going on dating apps. He would be having his friends like set him up with somebody, go on a date, because going on social media, having DM conversations and exchanging inappropriate photos with whoever you're talking to, that's just not normal to me. I mean, that's not how I ever dated people. I mean, I didn't social media wasn't really huge when I was his age, but I just wouldn't I wouldn't do that today. I mean, it's just weird to me. And he's hitting up his fans. He's not even meeting these people on dating sites. He's hitting up his fans. He's getting angry at them when they don't do exactly what he wants them to do. It's weird. And they're underage. 15, 16, 14. 14 was the youngest so far. And you know what? He owes that kid an apology because he manipulated that situation so much. That kid got drove off online. There's no trace of him online. His YouTube channel, I think, is still up, but all the videos are gone. His Instagram's gone. His TikTok got banned. You know, that kid got massive hate.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. At the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to. But
Yeah, Mr. Greenie and 60 Girl. Yeah, back in July of last year, a kid named Ethan Andrew was only 14 years old. He came forward. He had receipts that James was wanting to fly him out to LA and stuff like that. And then he had like a blurred video that looked like James. I even did like a comparison of it. It it looked legit of James, being, fully, you know, and James was behind the scenes messaging drama channels, telling drama channels that, Ethan lied about his age. So all the drama channels were sticking up for James Charles and everybody was blaming this 14-year-old kid. And, it should never be a 14-year-old kid's fault that a celebrity like James Charles sends inappropriate videos and photos and asks a 14-year-old to come fly out to his house to stay the weekend. It blew my mind that he got away with that. Blew my mind. And here we are, many more victims.
I now realize that it was obviously a much deeper problem. And I really wish that at that time I had spent the time to sit down, look at myself in the mirror, and try to get to the root of the problem and understand why I was actually allowing myself to get into these situations instead of just brushing it off and saying, like, it's the straight guys and it's the lie. But like I said, I didn't. And as time progressed, my desire for a relationship never really went away. And I slowly started ignoring red flags again and also ignoring my friends and the important people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt. And to them, I also feel like I really owe an apology because I should have listened. And I feel like if I did, we probably wouldn't be here today. Looking back now and just trying to do my best to piece this all together in my head, I think that my lack of experience when it came to dating growing up, and then all of a sudden having a lot of attention from different types of men, some for good reasons and some for bad reasons.
I'm tired of this bullshit excuse. Like, I'm so tired of this excuse. The excuse of he had to grow up really fast and all that crap. I'm sick of it. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse to prey on people online. Like, he's literally preying on these people. He's the one that is seeking them out. I don't know why. I don't know why the video is so low, Chanel. It's like really low. I can't even, I have like nice headphones on. I can barely hear him. But I'm tired of that excuse that he had to grow up really fast and all this crap. He's had so many chances. He's had so many experiences to help him learn and grow and not do it again, but he keeps doing it again and again and again and again. Like, this whole video is excuses.
Really affected me in ways that I didn't quite understand. I honestly just thought that I had really, really bad luck and that I was being taken advantage of when that wasn't the case at all. And I had the mentality that I could reach out to literally anybody and use my Explore page and For You page as a dating app. And eventually I would just happen to find the right person. But that's just not how dating works, literally at all.
So he is just admitting that he is using his Instagram as a dating app. His Instagram or his TikTok. I think he said For You page. So he's seeking out people on TikTok too, obviously. I mean, he's an idiot. You don't use your For You page as a dating app. Gosh dang, James. I've heard there's dating apps where celebrities can get on the apps and it's legit and it's not like a public Tinder profile. I've heard there's like dating apps for celebrities to have like good experiences with dating. I don't get why he would be using his For You page as a freaking dating site. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, his audience is literally a bunch of teenagers. It's so predatory. It is so predatory what he just admitted. And there are so many of these people that he has reached out to and done this to.
It's gross, it's weird, and it's desperation. I just
Yeah.
really thought it was important to share my thought process and the conversations that I've been having with myself and professionals behind the scenes in order to help myself fully understand the situation so I could properly hold myself accountable for how I got here in the first place. When these videos started to come to light, power imbalance became a really large topic of conversation on social media, and rightfully so. In 2019, when I had my whole situation, I was accused of abusing my fame, money, and power to get what I wanted. And when I responded to that at the time, I said that that was disgusting and that I would never want to do that. And to this day, I still stand behind that sentiment 1000%. So when it was getting brought up again, I got really, really frustrated and was trying to understand because I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I know that this situation shouldn't have happened. I know that this conversation shouldn't have occurred.
What did you think was going to happen? You're talking to younger people online. Of course, they're going to look up to you. Of course, they're going to want to keep talking to you. Like, you have been down this road before. It's nothing new. You know, you have a power imbalance with people. You know that these people that you are reaching out to, which is why I think that you are using TikTok and Instagram as a dating app, because you know you can use your power to manipulate these people into doing what you want them to do, which is why I think another reason why he keeps hitting up these younger kids. This is so gross. This is literally so gross. And this has like over 100K likes on this video. Like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are like, okay, this is okay. Okay, James, we forgive you. Okay. Go on with your career. Who cares about the people that, you may have messed up by manipulating and sending stuff to them and everything else? Who cares about like the massive threats that they have gotten because you tried to victim blame them? Who cares about all of that? You're trying to still learn. We forgive you again. That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I take responsibility for that. But at the same time, like, they DM'd you first. They lied to you. They flirted first. Like, you didn't use your fame, money, and power to get anything.
That's not true. You He literally admitted to seeking out the Isaiah kid. He literally just admitted of using his For You page as a dating site. So of course he is DMing these people first. There's also a TikTok of him in like the comment section of a 15, 16-year-old kid, like saying that he sent him a DM. James is the one that's preying on these people, not the other way around. That's bullcrap. That's a lie.
But I've now realized that that mentality is completely wrong because a power imbalance can happen even when it's not intentional. What I wasn't getting before is that the excitement that comes with talking to a celebrity is literally enough to make somebody do or say something that they normally wouldn't, even if that celebrity isn't intentionally weaponizing their fame, money, or power. And that's the concept that I just wasn't getting, but I now do. Even
Whatever. That's just bullcrap. He's the one that reached out to these people. And you know what? I'm sure his DMs are overflowing with like younger guys and everything else. Of course, you're going to have a lot of messages that are directed towards you because you're James Charles. Most people that are celebrities don't hit up their fans for hookups.
Even though I'm able to turn off my social media and just talk to somebody outside of the spotlight about something normal in normal clothes and no makeup on as James Dickinson, that doesn't change the fact that to them, I'm still James Charles. And that's something that I can't turn off. For me, having a public platform has become such a huge part of my life that at this point, it does feel normal. But I have to understand that to 99.9% of people, it's not normal and will never be normal. And that's where the power imbalance lies that I wasn't understanding. But I'm
I think that's just such bullcrap. I think when Tati said that they were at the restaurant and, Tati told him that the waiter was straight and, that sort of thing. And James responded with, doesn't matter. I'm a celebrity. I think he actually said that. He knows his fame can manipulate these people, especially teenagers that look up to him.
so glad that I finally do because, like I said in 2019, taking advantage of that power imbalance is something that I would never ever want to do, but unintentionally was. With this situation blowing,
Even if you were unaware of it, you were aware of it in 2019. You knew your power and balance was affecting people. The whole Gage situation. I literally just got done reading through all those text messages, and Gage even straight up said to him, you know, you have a power imbalance, and your one little tweet is getting me mass hate. He was well aware of his power and balance. That's bullcrap. I can't believe people are actually eating this up. It's ridiculous.
there are a lot of people speaking about this online, whether it be sharing their opinions, arguing back and forth, or most importantly, holding me accountable for my actions. I understand that posting this video today is not going to stop those conversations, but is going to spark more of them. And that's something that I am completely okay with because I really feel like these are topics that we need to be speaking about a lot more. I also want to make it clear too.
No, you've been like completely ignoring the situation for weeks and weeks, and you only made this video because there was an overwhelming amount of people coming forward against you. And this whole video looks like you don't even want to be doing it right now. You think you're going to get yourself off the hook by this video, and I just don't think it's going to happen. And to be quite honest, I think the police are investigating him because, Isaiah said that he went to the cops and that there was a case number and that, they were investigating everything in their system. And then the kid that came forward a few days ago, the really tall kid, um, he removed his TikTok and then he like replied to somebody in the comments because somebody was asking where his TikTok went. And he said, I had to take the TikTok down because my mom was contacted by the police. So it seems like the police are gathering evidence and they're investigating this whole thing. And usually, when you're dealing with a celebrity like James Charles, you're trying to get as much evidence as possible so that you can have a very, very strong case. So I have a feeling that they are investigating this, they are collecting all the evidence, and I don't think this is going to go away. I really don't. This is serious. Like, if it was, we're dealing with minors here. This is a serious, serious crime. People don't just get away with stuff like this. And I think there's a lot more out there that we don't even know about yet. I think James does this a lot. Kind of like his Omegle story. He was getting on Omegle every single day is what he said. He had a whole system to get on it, every single day after school. He had like an hour before his brother got home. It was a daily thing. He openly admitted that. And I think it's a daily thing for him right now in the present time. I think it's an obsession. It's something that he cannot stop. It's something he needs serious help for. If he hasn't learned over these past 2 years that, hitting up random guys on Instagram and TikTok and that sort of thing isn't wrong, he's never going to learn it. He's never going to learn. If he hasn't learned at this point, he's never going to learn. This is a pattern of behavior.
That through uploading this video today, my hope and my expectations are not to, press post and then forget about it and move on and wash my hands as if nothing happened, because something did happen. And what happened was not okay. And I don't want to just forget about it. I should have been more careful in every single way when it comes to the ways that I was looking for a relationship. I didn't do the proper research, and for that, I'm once again ashamed and embarrassed. I can't take it back as much as I wish that I could, but I'm really, really glad that I now fully understand the situation so I'm able to do better in the future, and I really hope to show that to you guys. I'm a firm believer that when scandals or situations...
If that was the truth, he would have mentioned the kid last year. If that was truly the truth, he would have mentioned the kid last year and said that he should have learned from it, from that experience. He didn't even mention it at all. And he only mentioned 2 of the kids that came forward when there's a lot more than that. It's not holding yourself accountable when you're not owning up to all of your shit, all of your recent shit in less than a year. It hasn't even been a full year.
Situations like this happen, you can get on camera and upload an apology video where you say sorry a million times all day long, but the only way to actually show and prove that you are sorry is through action and change. And I'm going to change. This whole situation has been so embarrassing and I'm ashamed, but like I said, I'm now educated and fully understand what went on. And I'm making a promise to all of you right now on camera that I will be way more careful moving forward with every single person that I speak to. My For
You told drama channels that back in July. He's so full of shit, you guys. He's so full of shit. And I cannot believe his fans are eating this up. I get his fans are like, ages probably like 13, 14 and all that shit. Like, when all that stuff went down with By Sister and everything else, like I've always got a bad vibe from James Charles. I made my kid stop watching him. She used to watch him. I'm just like, no, I get a bad vibe from him. Don't watch him. Because he there's just something not right with him. And I just can't believe, I just can't believe his fans are eating this up. Like, I really can't.
Page and Explore page are not dating apps, and I will stop treating them as if they are. I also have already started asking for proper identification from every single guy that has either reached out or that I was speaking to, and will continue doing so for the rest of time.
I have an idea. Just stop hitting up people on Instagram and TikTok. Quit hitting up your fans. It's weird. Celebrities don't do this. It's weird. Gosh. I mean, I get, like, if you're going to date someone, even if you meet him on a dating app, they've probably heard of James Charles, but he's literally hitting up people that he sees that are following him, that are fans of his, and everything else. It's so predatory.
Now understand the root of the problem. I understand how and why I, and only I, caused myself to get into this situation. I understand that this could have and should have been easily avoided, and I also understand that I need to be aware of my platform at all times. I didn't understand how a situation like this could affect the people involved, but now I do. And for that, to the victims, I am so, so sorry. And I promise that something like this will never, ever happen again. I also feel like I owe an apology to my friends, family, team members, and also fans that had to watch this all go down again. To all of you guys, I once again wish that I had listened earlier on. You guys saw this and I didn't, and I'm really, really sorry for not taking that seriously and not being a better person and a better role model like I promised that I would be. I'm going to be taking some time away to reflect and further educate myself on these topics. I think at this point it's really important that I do so I'm able to follow through with my word and prove to you guys that I will be a better person. Even though I won't be here posting, I do want people to know that I will still be here, available, listening, and learning. At this point, if you made it all the way through the video, I really appreciate it and just wanted to say thank you for listening, and I hope to never disappoint you again. See you soon.
Like I said, if he was truly sorry, he would have mentioned that Ethan kid. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm just so pissed off about the whole situation because he's just so full of crap, you guys. He's full of crap. And I don't think he's gonna get I don't see him getting away with this. I don't see him I don't know. He better not get away with this. I'm gonna be really mad if he does. I wanna look at some of the stuff that came out on Twitter yesterday because I haven't even fully looked at it all. Hang on a second, let me switch screens. I haven't even fully looked at it all because I was trying to edit my video last night and like all this stuff was going down. I was like, holy crap. Let me scroll. Um Let me find the kid that came out the other day. Jeff Knowles has so much stuff on his timeline. Hang on. Scroll down. Um, why is his whole timeline Trisha Paytas and David Dobrik? Where's it at? Oh my gosh, this is only like 2 days of stuff. I'm only on March 31st here. Where is that kid? Keep going down. I'm trying to find it, you guys. My gosh. Okay, so yeah, like right here, um, somebody said, "Why'd you delete the video?" And he said, "Parents made me take it down because they apparently got contacted by the police. Everything in the video is 100% real." So, I mean, the only thing that I can think of is like if the police contacted his parents would be to like take it down. We need the evidence. You're going to jeopardize our case. That would be like the only reason I can think that the police contacted his parents. Um Let me find the video though. My gosh. He didn't used to post this much. Okay. So I'm gonna pause it because I'm pretty sure I'll probably dang it. I'll probably get a whatchamacallit copyright claim. But basically, like, so he told this kid, hang on, let me turn the volume all the way down. He told this kid happy birthday. And so, if he tells the kid happy birthday, I would imagine he would know how old he was, but just saying. And can you guys, when I blow that up, you can see it full screen, can't you? Because it's like taking over my full screen. When I just blew it up, you can see like the full thing really big, right, you guys? Let me look at it on my phone to make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Because when I blow up the whole thing, I can't see nothing. I can't even see the chat. But I want you guys to be able to read this. I don't look like it's blowing. Okay, it is. Okay. Sorry. So, anyways, I guess this kid's friend was like posting stuff to her story, and James like wrote this kid and he said, "What the fuck is your problem posting screenshots of my snaps to your private story? I strongly recommend that you keep my name out of your mouth or we're going to have a major problem." This kid is like 15, 16 years old. I'd love to remind you that you are the one that called me cute and said that you were bi and into me. He's terrible. And then is the sound okay? All of this goes like really fast. Having a connection problem. Come on. It's not playing. Everything's connected on my end. Hang on. I don't know why that's not playing. Well, that sucks. I was wanting to read the rest of the DMs. Come on. Well, I don't think it's going to play. There it goes. So, like, he's saying, okay, good night, cutie. That would be so cute. And then going back to the DM conversation, he also threatened the kid. Let's see here. Oh, he said, I don't know what it says behind that, but he says debate someone about your age is against the law, by the way. So he was telling the kid that what he was doing was against the law. Like, seriously? Let me get these other ones. And the kid said, hold up. And he said, get a life and respect people's privacy. And then the kid said, we already talked about this. And then James said, that's a complete lie, you idiot. You're backpedaling because you got caught. More like you got caught, James. And then the kid said, no bad intentions whatsoever. And then James said, don't ever speak about me again. I added you. Doesn't that mean he added him? That he's the one that added him? That seeked him out? Is that what that means? I added you and minded my own business until you called. Until you called. The rest of it's cut off. But when you add someone on Snapchat, doesn't that mean... Can you hear me? The volume is down on the TikTok because it has music. You can hear me though, right, you guys? Oops. You can hear me though, right? Okay. I was like, oh, am I talking this whole time and you guys can't hear me? I've done that before on streams. I've like talked for like a whole 2 minutes and nobody could hear a damn word I said. Anyways, I don't know what the rest of that says, but I just think that's interesting. If you add someone on Snapchat, you're seeking that person out, right? Like you're adding that person. I don't know. I don't know much about Snapchat. I don't know how the whole thing works, but and then the rest of the kid said he didn't delete anything. The kid said he didn't delete anything, and then James says the messages of you admitting you lied about your age, I saved them and they're gone. And then the kid said, I promise you I didn't delete anything, LOL. So, you know, and when was that? Like March 11th? So he was like getting mad at that kid. It's just not cool, man. I think the rest of it's just showing that it's legit his profile. Yes, you add, you see. So he had to add the kid first. He had to add the kid first. That's interesting. Because he said these people messaged him first. Just what we heard in that video. I'm still using StreamYard. I just upgraded my membership, or I bought like a monthly thing on it so that I could put my own background and stuff like that. I cannot figure out Streamlabs to save my life. But I got a membership to that too. I just haven't figured out how to set that whole thing up. But So I bought a month of this so I could at least use my background so it wasn't so boring, to give you guys a little something to look at while I'm streaming, not a black screen. And then let's see here. Hang on. Wait, there it is right there. I want to see where he said I added you. Here it is. Don't ever speak about me again. I added you and minded my own business until you called me cute and started flirting with me saying you were bi. Oh, come on. Whatever. I don't like that crap. Blaming a kid like that. That's messed up. And he's like really freaking angry in those messages. That's like really messed up to me. And this kid, like his whole profile has stuff like this in his profile with his age literally everywhere. There's no way. There's no way James didn't see this kid's age. And then there was another one. Let's go up here. Hang on. There's more. Just gotta weed through all the Trisha stuff. Let's find it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and they were saying like Kylie Jenner unfollowed James Charles. I think there was a couple more people that unfollowed him. Minecraft streamer Carl Jacobs. I don't know who that is, but he unfollowed James as well. Oh, this girl pretty much confirms like that catfish story, which is weird that he catfished the whole soccer team if it's true. So this girl has told that story, and then like his other friend that uploaded a video during by his sister, he basically confirms the story as well. Yeah, so that's weird. Like his other friend that uploaded that video, he said that he would get like some of his friends that were girls to get the pictures and that sort of thing. You can't hear her? Oh, really? Hang on. Let me reshare it. Let me try it again so you can hear it. I'll replay it. You should be able to hear it now. I forgot I was on Twitter, and I don't think I did the audio thing. So you guys just listen to nothing. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Is it just me, or does like everybody from the 518 just know that James Charles catfished his whole high school soccer team for all their nudes, and like nobody ever says anything? Like, I've never seen it really go like publicly or anything, but I've talked to so many people in the 518 about like James Charles, and they're like, oh my god, you know, the catfish situation? Like, we all know it, but all the people from his hometown just don't say anything. Like, what? Is it just me, or does
So yeah, she says she knows about the whole catfish thing. You guys heard it that time, right? Okay, cool. You heard it? Okay, cool. So she basically confirmed what his other friend did a year ago or a couple years ago at this point, I guess you would say. Um James Charles fan concludes, if you read the way he DMs me when he first talks to me compared to all the other minors coming out about their situations, it's the exact same format. What is this one? I don't think I've seen this one. Is there a TikTok that goes with this one? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this guy says, I don't really have a bad experience with this guy, but my friend did. Anyways, the way he talks just proves other people's stories and how it's a constant reoccurring theme. I don't know, maybe this will help someone with the whole James Charles thing. I feel bad for the other guys. So, what? James Charles says, did you take a shower? And the kid says, I'm actually getting in right now. And then James says, wow, you're handsome. The beard is fire. Thank you. I don't know whether to shave it or not. What do you think? And he's like, don't. I think facial hair is so hot on guys. And then the kid responds, I'm like the total opposite. And then he said, I'm going to prove you wrong, James. Do you ever do whatever you want with this? I love talking on the phone. Oh, and I guess he gave out his number. And then James is like, I don't give out my number. Sorry. You can send videos on here, though. I'm not going to give you my number, but I'm going to try to bait you into sending me something that I need. God. So weird. And how old is this? How old is this kid? Is he underage? I don't know if he's... If you read the way he DMs me when he first talks to me compared to all the other minors coming out about their situations, it's the exact same format. The way this man had so many people telling us that... The way this man had so many people telling us he was a P word and he lied his way out of it. The P in the gay community is so unbearably disgusting. I don't know if this guy's underage or not. It seems like he is, though. Oh, Stephanie, thank you so much for your super chat. It's very sweet. I appreciate that. Very generous. Really appreciate that. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody know if this kid's underage? It's just so weird, man. He doesn't really say if his friend's underage or not. Oh, okay, here it is right here. While this fan is not underage, he says there are so many people out there that have been victims of James Charles. Okay, so this guy wasn't underage, but he's right. It's the exact same format. It's like the exact same format. Every single guy that talks to him, it's like the exact same format. And I know there's more. He was literally paying a guy to like send him like inappropriate photos of himself that I seen on this thread yesterday. It was freaking weird. And then Keemstar has a couple on his thread as well. I remember this video. He made Jeff so uncomfortable during this entire video. I can see why he likes Jeff now because he has facial hair. The facial hair thing's weird. And what the hell is up with Morphe restocking his palette? Like, seriously? They dropped Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson so fast, and they are still carrying James Charles. I don't get that at all. He literally admitted 3 weeks ago to sending these photos to a minor, and Morphe is restocking his palette. Like, what is up with that? Seriously. I mean, Jeffree Star Cosmetics was like one of their best sellers at Morphe, and they dropped Jeffree so quickly. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind. They have not dropped James Charles. They did the exact same thing during By Sister. Everybody was reaching out to Morphe saying, are you going to drop James Charles? Are you going to drop James Charles? And they were like ignoring the entire situation during the entire scandal. And then when everything went back to normal, it went back to normal. But the fact that he admitted to this and they're still carrying, they restocked this palette. I don't get it at all. Good. I think that's good, Chanel. I think that's good. I think people do need to express their concerns to Morphe because, the thing about it is, it'd be a different story if they didn't drop other YouTubers and stuff like that. But like, and I know everybody has their own personal feelings about Jeffree, but when all the stuff was coming out about Jeffree, there was literally hardly any receipts on Jeffree. It was just people coming forward and saying, "Hey, Jeffree did this or that," and they dropped his whole makeup line, the entire makeup line. But then James Charles sends inappropriate photos to a minor and openly admits it, and then more people come forward about the entire situation and they're restocking his palette. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's weird. It's very weird. There's something weird going on with Morphe and James Charles. I get that's like their bread and butter palette, probably their best seller. But I mean, they removed a whole makeup line of Jeffree Star Cosmetics. That's crazy to me. Exactly. Shane and Jeffree had no victims coming forward, and James does. Yeah, exactly. When Morphe dropped them, nobody was coming forward about them. It was just people doing videos on them. It's weird. It's weird that Morphe hasn't dropped James Charles. It's weird they haven't dropped James Charles. Yeah, there was a whole thing with Nikita Dragon and Trisha Paytas yesterday, and then Def Noodles started putting out all the stuff about Nikita Dragon. I don't get what's going on. I don't get all of this. Look at this. I mean, I don't get this at all. Like, why is his whole timeline Trisha Paytas? This is what I have a problem with channels, like, working with other creators to like target somebody and somebody, and it's just like this is too much. It's just too much. Too much. I'm probably gonna get blocked, but that's just my opinion. I think there's something weird going on with that whole thing. I've never seen this many posts from Def Noodles, and I just don't understand what's going on. Like, he's the last person I expected to do all of this with the stuff with Trisha. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Because Def Noodles is better than this. Like, he really is better than this. Like, I don't like the thing about Trisha, she turns on everybody. She turns on everybody. She can be like his number one favorite right now, but she's going to eventually turn on him. And, I already see it coming. I see it coming. I'm glad he actually posted this because there wasn't anything on his timeline about her. And she has said the N-word a lot more times than this video. There's like recent videos of her doing it. She's calling out people for, like defending, the P word and stuff like that when she's dated, the P word and stuff like that and defended them and all of that. So I'm glad he actually put that on his timeline. But when I seen the whole thing with Nikita and Trisha yesterday, and then I seen all of these tweets coming up about Nikita Dragon, I was just like, what the heck is going on? Because like all the David Dobrik stuff, and then I seen this, I'm just like, and they're constantly giving Def Noodle shout outs. Like, Def Noodle, you're seriously better than this. Aligning with somebody like Trisha Paytas, like, you're better than that. Like, you seriously are better than that. Like, I get they're giving him shout outs and everything else, but like, you're better than that. She's going to backstab you. She backstabs everybody. She's going to backstab Ethan eventually. It's going to happen. And like Trisha was saying, there was like, she put out tweets about Trevor. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but she put out tweets about him that were so inappropriate. And then she had the nerve to say that they were Photoshopped. And Trevi, I think his name's Trevi. Sorry. He called her out and said, yeah, they're not Photoshopped. She has such a shady past, and she's trying to cancel everybody for doing the exact same things that she has done. She's going to ruin this platform. That's what's going to happen. And I just don't like what I'm seeing with it all. Here's another one right here about James Charles. Sorry, I got off on a tangent because all this stuff is like really aggravating me. Like, I don't understand what's happening to the internet right now. I really don't. You shouldn't, like, creators should not be teaming up to like try to bring down huge creators. Like, it's literally against YouTube's terms of service to do stuff like this, and there's no way to actually prove it. And if you're like, teaming up together just to give one clout and shout outs, but like if you look at Trisha Paytas' timeline, it's all Def Noodles. It's all Def Noodles. And his timeline, it's all Trisha Paytas stuff. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, and they're not even like being low key about it at all. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. Okay, my bad. I didn't even know. Female now. Okay, I gotcha. I didn't even know. I don't even know much about it. Yeah, she deflected with Shane. Yeah, I apologize for that. I didn't know that she transitioned. Thank you for telling me, because I would have felt so bad if I was like misgendering like the whole thing, and if I kept saying, don't want to do any of that for sure. Yeah, thank you, Alabama. Yeah, I don't know. The only stuff I know is the videos that came out that Trisha leaked with Shane and everything. So yeah. But anyways, this person said that they're 16. So this is a third person in the past, 2 days that's underage? Or is this the second person that's underage? I think this is the second one that's underage in the past 2 days. So this person says that they're 16, and there's all kinds of stuff right here. I'm just laying around here bored. It would take literally 30 seconds to send a pic like this. Haha. Just take a pic, dumbass. This is really gross. 16 years old. 16 is what this person claims. I mean, he don't look 18, but I don't know. It's just gross, man. It's gross. Yeah, this whole thing with Duff Noodles and Keemstar yesterday, it like got literally crazy. And then this guy said that James Charles
check. I was an employee. And hi guys, so da-da-da-da. Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee.
So this guy said that James Charles was paying him for, I'm probably demonetized anyways, but paying him for NUDES from him. Like, what the hell? You're paying somebody to give you photos like that online. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you pay somebody to give you photos like that? And he did say, I mean, he's obviously not underage, but he did say that, you know, he agreed to it, but it's still freaking weird behavior. Here, let's listen to this.
Hi, plus size baby. Thank you so much for your comment. I just wanted to say, why would I send pics to a total grammar? I think his grammar is probably, average at best, but I'm not really sure what that has to do with the whole situation. Thank you, though. Hi, plus size baby. Thank you.
That wasn't the video. Hang on. There was another one that was saying, like, he did it. You know, he agreed to it. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. This is the one.
Just real quick, I wanted to emphasize that actually James did nothing wrong. That was like a consensual thing. Like, he said, "Yo, send me pics, I'll give you money," and I said, "Shit, and then I did it." So, just real quick, I wanted to emphasize that actually James did nothing wrong.
But it's still weird. I mean, it's still weird. It's just weird. It's weird behavior. It's like just really weird behavior online. Like really weird behavior online. Like if Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson like paid somebody to get photos like that from somebody, do you know how drama channels would have a heyday? Yeah, that's what he means, Chanel. If you say that stuff on TikTok, you'll get your video taken down. I think that's why they were saying that. And I don't know if the guy misunderstood it or what. Or maybe he was just making a joke out of it. I'm not sure. That's this one. Oh, that's really not much. And then there's that. Let me see if there's anything else. I know there's some stuff on Keemstar's page too that I wanted to look at. Jeffree Star shaves James Charles in a story post with the swamp prisoner. Did he really post that on his story today? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, Trisha was under heat yesterday because of the stuff that, she was getting called out for, and then she deflects by saying that meeting Shane Dawson was the worst thing that ever happened to her in her entire life. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? Give me a freaking break. Deflecting. The thing about it is people are catching on to what her and Ethan are doing, and I'm glad they are. I'm glad Keemstar's calling it out, because it's going to get out of control. They're going to keep going after like multiple creators because she's not going to stop. She don't know when to stop. She's obsessive. That's why she should have never. That's why drama channels should have never backed her like they have done, because she's literally going to ruin this platform. I'm not kidding. And like, I get people are Trisha stans or whatever else, but like the thing about it is like, you can't go around targeting creators and teaming up with drama channels to end people's careers like what they're doing. I get the whole David Dobrik situation. People have their own feelings on that, but she's never going to stop. She's literally going to keep doing it because she thinks she can get away with it. And she's a dangerous person. She's literally a dangerous person. She shouldn't have the power she does with drama channels right now, because it's not going to be good and it's going to ruin the platform. Let me find this. There was and I know YouTube's never going to freaking do anything about any of this. So, I mean, it's going to backfire in their faces. I already know it's going to. I'm glad I'm not going crazy and somebody else with a bigger platform sees what I've been seeing this entire time. So this one is 3 different people, all age 16, reached out to Drama Alert in the last 6 hours with allegations that James Charles was private DMing them on their underage friends, DMing them or their underage friends on Snap. And then he's got a picture of James Charles. I mean, there's not much in it, but I don't know. But if he's I mean, he shouldn't be DMing any underage kids at all, period, whether it got really inappropriate or not. Oh my God. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Oh, that's funny. 16, 14, 16, 15. Who was, I think I think there was like a tweet before Ethan Andrew that James Charles like said something to a 16-year-old kid. That's where it started. And then that was Ethan Andrew. That's Isaiah. I wonder who the 15-year-old is. That's probably the tall kid. Yeah, that's the tall kid. And then the two that he posted earlier. This one, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't see anything in their camera rolls. I don't really know what that is. But this kid's supposedly 16.
No way.
No.
No way.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No
way.
So that kid's supposedly 16. It's literally April Fool's, and I have no jokes. Only real receipts. But yeah, it's crazy. There's like a lot of people that have come forward about James Charles. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like a lot of people have been getting blocked by Deaf Noodles lately. And I don't understand. Like I just don't understand what's going on because like he's better than that. He really is better than that. And I'm probably gonna get blocked too because like he follows me on Twitter and like I've just been seeing all of this go down. Like he was like the last one I expected to do this. Like I just did not think that he would team up with Trisha like it is. I mean, they give him shout outs everywhere. Everywhere. They're constantly giving him shout outs. Like if you look at Trisha Paytas' timeline, it's all Deaf Noodles. It's weird. I mean, I don't want to get blocked by him. I like his page a lot, but like his page is like really giving me anxiety because it's just like obsessiveness that keeps popping up. But if you look at, I mean, that's all she does is retweet him. There's so much on her timeline. And if you go like before all this, it's all him. She went on Nikita Dragon rant yesterday, didn't she? Unlike you, I own up to all my faults. You dragging this because you can't get someone. She's terrible, man. Jesus. She doesn't own up to any of her faults. She lies about them all the time. That one guy that called her out on TikTok, like she called it like responding to slander, and she was lying about so much in those TikToks, like calling out that creator that told her to stop, bugging what's her name? Dixie D'Amelio. My God, she really went on a rant yesterday. That's all on March 31st. That's nuts. But like when all this David Dobrik stuff was going down, it was just like there's just so much retweeted from his page. And I don't understand why he's doing this for her. I really don't. Like, I just don't get it. Because nothing good is going to come out of it. And I mean, there's so much stuff that's been on it as well. It's like, it's not even credible, is what I've noticed on it. But yeah, I just don't get it at all. Sorry, you guys, I haven't been looking at the chat. And the thing about it is like Deaf Noodles used to like not even like Trisha. Like he used to like post videos about her all the time, like and like being fair, like calling her out on her bullshit. That's what I don't understand about the whole thing at all. And it sucks because I'm talking about it because I know I'm gonna probably get blocked, but I just like it's not cool at all anymore. People in the past have called out Deaf Noodles for not handling criticism. Yeah, I get it. It's probably hard to handle criticism. It is hard to handle criticism, but like, yeah, I mean, he's literally blocking people for saying like you're posting too much David Dobrik stuff or you're not putting Trisha in a negative light at all. I mean, anybody like questioning the situation have told me that they are blocked. Everybody. And I'm surprised that I haven't got blocked yet because I've quote tweeted some of his stuff because it got really ridiculous and I just called it out. But he hasn't blocked me yet, and he hasn't unfollowed me yet, but I'm sure if he sees this stream, he'll probably block me and unfollow me. But, like, I mean, if he is what, like, I know he watches some of my videos and stuff like that. Like, you know, what I got to say to Def News, like, you're better than this. Like, you are better than this. Don't team up with her. Get away from it because she's toxic. She will turn on you. She's going to eventually turn on Ethan. She's going to eventually turn on you. When all of this comes crumbling down around her, she's going to blame you. And she's going to blame Ethan. She's going to blame everybody around her but herself. And even some of the tweets that I've seen Duff Noodles put out, it's totally out of his character. It's so out of his character. I still respect him as a person. I just hope he wakes up and stops this because it's not going to end well. It's not at all. And he is better than that. He doesn't need her to build his channel. He doesn't need her to build his, like, followers. Like, he's doing, like, really good on his own. He doesn't need them to plug him on their frenemies podcasts and on their TikToks and stuff like that. Like, you know, people like him for him because he's funny. He grew his channel. He edits the hell of his videos. He's talented at what he does. He doesn't need Trisha and Ethan. And I hope that he wakes up and sees that. And if he does see this, I hope he takes it as criticism and out of concern, because I don't want to see him go down in flames with her, because it's inevitable. When you're being this evil to people like Trisha is and that sort of thing, it's going to eventually backfire and it's going to happen. Exactly. If she turned on Shane, she can turn on anyone. I agree. And I know everybody has their feelings about Shane Dawson. I don't think Shane Dawson did shit to her. I don't think he did anything to her. I think he was trying to find a resolution and he was blocked from doing that because she felt guilty. And that's why she blocked him, because she didn't want to hear it. You know, the thing about it is, let me show you guys something. While we're on the topic of this whole thing, I want to show you guys something really quick. She, you know, how if you watched my part 2 video, if you watched my, not part 2, if you watched my part 2 video, let's look at something really fast. Let me show you this really fast. I want to show you guys something else that I caught on to, that I realized. I'm like, there's no freaking way she had a conversation with him. There's no way she had a conversation with him. Let me show you guys something real fast. Let me find it. Here it is, Trisha Paytas part 2. I want to show you. Whoops. That's the wrong one. Hang on. Part 2. So the timeline. Sorry, hang on just a second. Okay. Let me share this really fast. I want to show you guys something. All right. All this happened in like 24 hours. Okay. So listen to my recap of the timeline. Then I'm going to show you something on her channel. This will take like 2 seconds. If you can't hear the sound, let me know. Make sure the volume's all the way up. A quick recap of the timeline. On January 5th, Jay went live on Instagram to call out Trisha about the wigs. Then on January 15th, Trisha uploaded 19 TikToks in response to Jay's live. Remember, this is 10 days after he did his original live stream. So So he did his thing on January 5th. 10 days later, she decides to watch the live stream again. And she openly admits on Frenemies that she's seen the live stream on January 5th and that she didn't pay much attention to it and decided to come back to it 10 days later. So she uploaded 19 TikToks on January 15th. And then here's the rest of the timeline. Now, keep in mind, Trisha said that she watched the live when he first dropped it, but she only watched a little bit of it, and then 10 days later decides to watch the full thing. So the fact that he magically showed up at her house at the exact same time of her watching that live stream is quite the coincidence. Then on that same day, January 15th, Trisha hopped over to her YouTube channel and uploaded a video saying pretty much the same stuff that she said in her 19 TikToks. That same day, on January 15th, she also hopped onto H3H3 After Dark and talked about it again. Do you see why I'm questioning the situation? So she made 19 TikToks. She made what was that? Like a 30. How long is that video? I'll have to look on her channel. This video was at least 30 minutes long. So she filmed, edited, uploaded a 30-minute YouTube video, and then she went over to H3H3 After Dark and talked about it again. And then, and the next day was when she dropped Shane and Ryland as a friend, and she blocked them in between all of this as well. So hang on, let me go over to her channel. I have a point to all this. Just keep all that in mind. I don't believe anything that comes out of her mouth, man. I just think there's so much she's being dishonest about, especially with the whole thing with Shane and Ryland. Let me find it here. Okay, so she did. How long is that video? So that video is 23 minutes long. And then the next day she uploads this video. Okay, so do you notice how she has this wig on? And the next day she uploaded this video as well. So earlier this day, she was filming this video as well. This is in a span of 24 hours, you guys. 24 hours of dropping a friend of 12 years. 12 years that she called family. So she uploaded this video and did all the TikToks, went on H3H3 After Dark and all of that. And then before she uploaded this video, she blocked Shane and Ryland. Now, in the process of all of this, drama channels had enough time to make full videos about her unfollowing Shane and Ryland, about her blocking Shane and Ryland. So they even had enough time to edit and upload these videos of her blocking them. So it's a very, very short span. It's not even 24 hours. So, you know, she films this video in this wig, which means she filmed this video the same day she filmed this video. And then later on, you know how she uploads videos that she filmed way back? Later on, she posted this video that's 48 minutes long.
Oh my gosh.
Which is the same day that she filmed the video dropping Shane and Ryland. So her and what's her fiance's name? Moses. So her and Moses also went to the fair and got food and all of this stuff while she's texting Shane in the goddamn car. So how in the hell did they have a conversation, a legit conversation, in that short of a time span? Tell me that. Because there is no way you can have this much stuff going on in a span of 24 hours and have an actual conversation with your best friend of 12 years about any of this. And she blocked them way before she uploaded that video. She didn't have a conversation with Shane at all. She had her mind made up and she blocked them after he sent her that text message. She's a liar. There is no way he was put in an impossible situation and he was probably told to make up his mind in like less than an hour. There's no way. There's no way she could have done this many things in a very span of. No, there's none of these are scheduled. Like this all happened the same day. Her makeup's exactly the same. Everything's exactly the same. Everything's exactly the same. And she even mentioned on Frenemies that she was texting Shane in the car. So she was on her way to the fair when she was texting Shane in the car. This video was filmed on the exact same day as this video and this video. Exact same day. Because she doesn't wear the same costume twice. You never see her wear the same costume twice.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
She just has a jacket on. She has the Band-Aid on here. Everything's the same. The makeup is exactly the same and everything. And the reason I know she filmed that Adam and Eve video, this one, the same day as this video, is because she admits to it in this video because she was plugging the video for the next day.
So I just wanted to pop up on here and like I really do want to just move on because I really like drama. I get a lot of anxiety. You know, people like you love drama. Sorry, and I look ridiculous in this wig. I was filming my sponsor video for Adam and Eve for Monday, and this is the whole point of why I want to make this video is like I have to keep working.
My sponsor for Adam and Eve. So she filmed this video the same day. There's no way you can have a conversation with your best friend of 12 years doing all of these videos. There was no time. There was no time at all. There was no time. There's no way that nobody can make a decision in that short of time span. There's just no way. So this is the video she filmed the day of this video. And this video that she posted later on was filmed the same day as this video. Everything's exactly the same. Her makeup, everything's exactly the same. It's the same day. And I bet if you watch this video, there will be hints of like something in these two videos. I know she filmed it the exact same day. She doesn't wear the same costume twice. So yeah, she's a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. And Shane, I'm going to tell you guys right now, Shane did not make up that rumor about her having that STD either. Trisha did. While we're on here, let's just put it all out here. Trisha leaked that rumor herself because she was trying to get back at her ex-boyfriend. All of this is a lie. All of it is a lie. Let me show you. Let me show you something here. Gabby Hanna. Let me find it really fast because Gabby Hanna never said it was herpes. She never said it was herpes. It just turned into herpes. Gabby Hanna said it was an incurable STD from the get-go. It was never, it just turned into that because I guess, I don't know how it turned into that. But I've like researched all of this, you guys. There's no way. So this is Gabby Hanna's story. And this is what she put on her story. Once and for all, I never said anyone did or did not have herpes. I was told by someone that she had an incurable STD, gave him a heads up, and told him to ask her about it. So she said over and over again it was an incurable STD. It was never, herpes. Never herpes. And then if you go to Trisha's channel, she exposes let me find it. It's called My Ex-Boyfriend. What is the name of that video? Trisha made all of this public. She made all of it public. There's no way. Hang on a second. Let me find the video. This is why this whole thing makes me so aggravated, because like there's so much false information online and she's lying about a lot. I gotta find the video. What's it called? I have it in my phone. I'm just trying to find it really fast. I wasn't going to do this, but then I just got on a tangent of showing that whole timeline. And there's no way Trisha had a conversation with Shane. This video right here, it was posted 4 years ago. 4 years ago. So she made this rumor public 4 years ago. So if she made this rumor public 4 years ago, it could have been anybody that told Gabby Hanna that. I think it's around the 10-minute mark. It could have been anybody that told Gabby Hanna that.
God knows what, because I found out he just was he's just basically like a nympho at the end of the day. And I call him, I'm crying. I don't want anyone else anyway, so I'm fine. Like
yeah, here it is right here. So she's exposing somebody else in this video.
PV, which my doctor made it seem like not a big deal. I looked it up. It didn't seem to be a big deal. I know it is a big deal. So for all you're saying, manipulating the situation so they feel like they should do that to keep you, or if they love you, they'll do that. And so that was our pattern for like a year and a half. Then I start getting fucking STDs. Oh, so I had found out I had HPV, which my doctor made it seem like not a big deal. I looked it up. It didn't seem to be a big deal. I know it is a big deal. So for all you're saying, it is a big deal. It wasn't like the biggest deal, but about a year and a half later, I find out a bigger deal STD, a big deal STD that I still have to tell everybody about today. Big deal. I wanted to die. I wanted to literally die because I thought my life was over. And I was like, oh my God, like I wanted to die. I wanted to cry. I called him and he's in New York. Right? Doing God knows what, because I found out he just was, he's just basically like a nympho at the end of the day. And I call him, I'm crying. And after I told him what had happened, he's like, oh, thank God, I thought you were going to say you were pregnant. So, okay, I'm going to disclose something really personal in a little bit, I think, maybe. We'll see. So anyways, he's like, oh, thank God. He's like, but then I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, my life is over. Like, do you have it? No, not that I know of. Not that I know of, baby. Like, I don't think I have it. But then once I get medication for it, he's like, oh, can you give some to daddy? Like, I need some, whatever. And then I'm like, he knew. And I knew the moment I got it. Like, I knew all of it. But anyways, I was like just overlooking it. But again, being the master manipulator, he's like, well, this will bond us forever. Like, now we have to be together forever. Like, you and I are going to get through this. Like, we support each other. Like, we're just going to be bonded forever, basically is what he was saying.
So there is no way that Shane spread this rumor about her when she put it online 4 years ago. And we just seen in 2019, Gabby Hanna's story, that it was never specifically said that it was even herpes. It was just an incurable STD which is what she alluded to in this video. And who knows if she's telling the truth in this video? She's exposing another boyfriend. Who knows what the truth is and what lies are with her? But the fact of the matter is she knew she uploaded this video. She knows it's on her channel, but she told the whole internet that Shane spread that rumor about her when she knows damn good and well that Shane never spread it about her. She did. So anybody could have told Gabby Hanna that. Anybody. Or if somebody did tell Gabby Hanna that, it was public at that point. So if she's going to make it public, then whoever told Gabby Hanna probably thought, it's public. She doesn't really care. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing to blame, to have the whole internet believe that your best friend spread this rumor about you when you were the one that put the rumor online yourself. So not only did she not have enough time to even talk to Shane about the whole situation, she was spreading rumors about him that she knows are not true. Period. And the whole situation, there's so much more to her lies. My part 3 of my Trisha video, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good because there's so much that she contradicts herself, that she's purposely leaving out of the story and everything else. And, whether you like Shane or hate Shane, those feelings don't matter in this situation. What matters is the truth. And he didn't have enough time to talk to her. He was trying to figure it out. And she had her mind made up because she knew dropping the most hated person on the internet was going to clean up her image. And it did. It did. And look what she's doing. She's wreaking havoc all over YouTube right now. And she is going to go to another creator after she is done with David Dobrik. She is obsessive. She is dangerous. And she's going to ruin this platform. And she lies constantly. It's gross. It's gross. It's not right at all. What her and Ethan are doing is just not right. And these are downright lies that she's spreading online. When I seen she uploaded that 45-minute video when they were at that fair, I was just like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. She didn't even talk to him. She didn't talk to him. It's messed up. And she's been attacking. The other thing that's really weird about the entire situation, it's like she's mad. She's more mad at Ryland than anybody else in the situation. Let's say they are all these evil people like she says they are. Why is she so mad at Ryland? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. She has been putting him down as a person. She's been fucking with his head. And you can tell it's getting to him. He doesn't think you can tell he doesn't even think he's worth it. Like he has no talent. That you can tell it's getting inside of his head. And Ryland's popular because people like Ryland. Ryland's a nice person. It's like she's jealous of Ryland or something. It's weird. It's weird because she's constantly attacking Ryland. And she constantly says that Shane sold himself to the devil. I'm going to tell you something. Like, I've watched Shane Dawson for a while. And, money is like the last thing on his mind. I mean, come on, you guys. He wears his own merch, for crying out loud. I don't think Shane really gives a shit about money. I think that palette was more or less an accomplishment for him. It wasn't even about the money. I really don't think it was. And you can't just break contracts with the person you're doing business with, and you can't burn bridges with the person you're doing business with when you're when your best friend doesn't even give you a full day to even think about it, and she ignores you, and she makes you text her, and then she blocks you. She didn't talk to them. She's a liar. She's a liar. There's just no way. What she did was genius. She dropped the most hated person on the internet and claimed up her image. She's worse than them all, in my personal opinion. She's just so bad. She purposely, the thing about her is she purposely sets out to hurt people for views. She has admitted that so many times. She has offended so many communities and everything else. She's just a dangerous person. And her being on a pedestal right now, it's not good. And people got to quit lifting her up because she's lying to all of you. All of you. She's lying to every single one of you. You can rewind it, Kira. We watched James's apology video and went through all the recent allegations and stuff like that. I'm getting ready to jump off here, actually. Hi, Smiley Mama. Hi, everybody coming in. Claire S. is here. Claire S. is here. I don't know who else came in. I don't think I properly said hi to Chanel. Are Rylan and Shane married now? No, I don't think they're married yet. Yeah, I think she's jealous of Ryland. I do. Yeah, I definitely think that. I just to put somebody down and like call them a fiance and call them with no talent and stuff like that. I mean, and to make fun of his podcast, like his heart and soul was in that podcast. That was making him that was like literally bringing him joy. And she attacked the one thing that was like really bringing him a lot of joy. And she says like the sip is such a failure of a podcast, but look at her podcast, The Dish with Trish. It got canceled. She has a lot of room to talk. She puts people down and everything else, and it's just so disgusting to me. Like I just can't stand people like that. Like everybody's like, saying Shane and Ryan are these evil people, but look at her. Look what she's doing. She's like, she makes so many videos about them. Like it's so obsessive. It's like stalker-ish. Like her obsession with certain creators. It's stalker-ish. She like verbally abuses people online all the time. She makes fun of them. She weight shames. She goes to so many crazy like extremes. Like I'm still blown away about the whole Gabby Hanna thing, how she was trying to convince the internet that she was going to come murder her. I mean, it's crazy. It's not normal behavior at all. Yeah. And if anybody says anything, like if anybody says anything, even like a sentence, like, the hate's getting to me. Trisha makes it all about her and makes like 10 Twitter posts and a TikTok and all this stuff. Like nobody can express their feelings online without Trisha Paytas attacking them. If she's got your hook, if she has her hooks on somebody, you can't say anything online. Like even if it's not even directed at her, she's going to attack you and make it all about her. Like it's bullying and harassment. It's messed up. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like she has a strong hate for Ryland for some reason. It's like she hates Ryland more than she hates like Hair by Jay. It's weird. Everybody forgot about Hair by Jay because it became all about Shane and Ryland for some reason. It's weird. It's like she hates them more than she hates Jeffrey too. The whole thing's just strange. I mean, in my personal opinion, like she always says, like, you know, Shane and Ryland sold their soul to the devil and everything else, and like they're, you know, they're evil, and she always like refers to them in that context. But when it comes to like, Kat C mentioned this to me, I'm like, you're right. She never says that. Um, when it comes to like David Dobrik and everything, she never says like they're evil or, you know, they, you know, how she always says the stuff about the devil and stuff like that. She never says that about David Dobrik. And, you know, given the circumstances with her obsession with them and everything else, it's just kind of weird how she always refers to like Shane, Ryland, and Jeffrey, like with like, you know, they sold their soul to the devil. And in my opinion, I think she's almost because she basically turned on her best friend in order to change public opinion about her. It almost seems to me like she's trying to make it seem like they're the ones that sold their soul to the devil when it was actually her that sold her soul to the devil to, you know, rehabilitate her image. It's weird. Have I seen where she says leaves Dom's apartment at midnight? Ethan shows victim outside of Jeff's apartment at 1 o'clock. I think something doesn't sound right about that either. I don't know about that whole situation. I feel like I don't want to get too much into the David Dobrik situation because like it's really been wearing on me and stressing me out. My last stream, I just got really upset. But I think there's stuff about that situation that we don't even know about. And with Trisha saying that David specifically said, go get alcohol to loosen the girls up, and she was the only one that said that, you know, I take what she says with a grain of salt because she lies about so much. So I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what the full timeline is. And the thing about it is like, I wish one of these girls would have went to somebody that wasn't insider. And I kind of wish they would get away from that toxicity if they really truly want to say how they feel and tell their story the right way. Because like I feel like the story was exploited from the beginning, and it was always with the intentions to bring down David Dobrik, and it was never about what Hannah actually wanted. Because I don't think anybody actually asked Hannah what she wanted to get out of all of this, or, you know, who she holds more responsible in the situation. Like that was never specified in the article. You know, you would think those were questions as a good journalist that you would actually ask the victim, and those questions weren't asked. And how they're all connected to me is just weird. How Insider is connected to Trisha and Ethan, and they keep plugging them. And then this whole thing with Deaf Noodles as well. The whole situation, there's something about it that rubs me the wrong way. And I feel that Hannah was manipulated into doing that article. And I feel like she regrets it at this point, because she's literally all over the internet now, and her identity is her picture's all over YouTube. So, and I'm really upset for Hannah, because I feel like nobody protected her in the situation. It's just sad to me. It's just sad to me. Bye, Kira. Yeah, the James Charles stuff's all the way at the beginning of the stream. So, yeah. What about, why does everybody bring up that cat thing? It's so stupid. It was a fucking joke. Like it's literally not even fucking possible to do something like that with a cat. I wish people would quit bringing it up because it's ridiculous. It was a joke. It was a stupid, gross joke. I get so tired of hearing about that cat thing. Like, let it go. Move on. Thank you, Smiling Mama. Thank you for all you do and speaking up about your feelings and open and honest and a sweet demeanor. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Oh, I agree. I agree. It's a disgusting joke to make, but I just wish people would let it go. It was a joke. It's dark humor. I mean, South Park I remember watching South Park growing up, and they had a hamster literally crawl up. God, it was like I can't remember the character. Gosh, what was the character's name? I can't remember it. They literally had a hamster crawl like right up his, and I remember seeing crazy stuff like that in South Park all the time. It's just how the humor was back then. It was gross and people laughed at it. Like, I look back on South Park now and I'm like, I can't believe I ever laughed at that. I really can't. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. You guys are being sweet. Mr. Slave. That's it, Mr. Slave. Yeah, he had a hamster call up. Yeah. Oh, man. I remember that episode, and I was laughing at it. I was laughing at it, too. I'm laughing at it now 'cause it's just, like, uncomfortable to talk about, but, I mean, they made weird jokes like that all the time on, like, TV, dark humor and stuff like that, like, the cat thing was literally a joke. It was literally a joke, it was a bad joke, it was a gross joke, but it was a joke. It's, like, literally impossible. I just wish people yeah, exactly. Shock humor is what it was called. That's what he did. He did stuff to shock people. That's why he grew so much. That's why he got so popular. That's why everybody watched him back then, because he did a lot of shock humor. And I mean, not my cup of tea, all the stuff that I seen online about it that came out. I never watched him back then. I didn't know about any of it. But a lot of it was shock humor. Yeah, South Park did a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of crazy stuff. Like, stuff that, like, I see it back and I can't even believe it made it on, like, regular cable network TV. Like, seriously, I'm just like, that was on Comedy Central? Are you serious? And, like, I remember Mad TV. I mean, there's, like, a long history of that kind of stuff, and I am a 90s kid. I grew up with that kind of stuff, and, like, just things have changed so much over time. And the stuff shocking about Shane, it's for sure shocking. But, he did shock humor. That's why he was popular. It shocked people. So, you're either going to agree with it or you're not going to agree with it. But I believe in growth and change in people. And, the creator that I've watched over the past 4 years is nothing like the person that I seen in those clips. So that's what I see about it. And everybody's saying that his mask slipped and shit like that in that live stream. I mean, gosh dang, somebody was trying to end his career. People get mad, people get upset. That's what happens. His reaction was really fucking tame compared to what my reaction probably would have been if somebody was trying to destroy everything and lying on my name like that. So, did you just give me another one of these? Didn't you just give me one? Thank you. Nobody is perfect. Times were different back then, unfortunately. Exactly. And I get people can't see past it. I mean, if you can't see past it, you can't see past it. That's fine. The thing about it is, it's like the internet expects him to stop living his life, and that's messed up to me. He can't even post on his community tab without people saying, seeing your post is going to trigger other people's mental health. Even though he said, hey, I'm working on my mental health. Hey, I edited this video. Why don't you guys go check it out? And people are literally being like horrible. It's ridiculous. Like, if you don't like him, don't go to his post. Don't watch him. It's that simple. He's not even online. I don't understand that logic. You hate him that much, yet you watch drama video after drama video after drama video on him for the past, I don't know, almost year. And he hasn't even hardly made a peep online. And then he makes one little community tab post, and you're running to his community tab to tell him what to do. It doesn't work like that. Like, it doesn't work like that, period. And if you're going to have that energy for him, take it on over to James Charles, because what James Charles has done is a lot worse than jokes. So I get so tired of the mob mentality on people. Like, people are allowed to live their lives, and they can't stop existing just because the internet wants them to. It's ridiculous. And I get so tired of it. It's exhausting, the constant toxic environment. And the thing about it is, like, you can hate that creator, but think about what you're doing to the fans that still want to support that creator. Do you understand how much stress you're bringing on them and everything else when they just want to see a post because they haven't seen their favorite creator in a year? It's ridiculous. People attack the fans and everything else, and nobody knows anything about the fans. You don't know what kind of people they are. You don't know what they do in their personal life. They could be the nicest people on earth and they just want to watch Shane Dawson. It's ridiculous attacking people over wanting to see a conspiracy theory video or something like that. I mean, the mob mentality just has to stop. The cancel culture has to stop. Like I said, there's no holding people accountable. It's only destroy every aspect of their life, period. Why wasn't anything done back then to Shane just saying today it's a big deal? Exactly. I mean, because times have changed so much, and the thing about it is like, he was purposely canceled on purpose. Everything was dug up about him on purpose. It was calculated. Everybody knew about this stuff. Like, if you've been watching Shane for a long time, you knew all of this stuff. It wasn't a shock. All the drama channels knew about it. This came up 2 years ago with him, 3 years ago, and everybody was on his side, and everything went very differently for Shane, like 2 or 3 years ago when this stuff started coming up. And it was calculated, it was done on purpose. And the thing about it is like, and thank you so much for your super chat, Susan. I really appreciate that. The thing about it is like, the internet will cancel who they want it to cancel. They targeted Shane, and that's what happened. He was, his jokes and stuff like that, his clips, all that stuff was dug up from 10 years ago. Really old shit. He made mistakes. It was stupid. A lot of it was stupid. A lot of it, was very shocking. But you know what? Like, I believe he grew as a person. I believe he's seen his error in his ways, and he switched up his content. He changed about pretty much everything about himself, because the person in that clips that I see from 10 years ago is not the person that I've been watching for the past 3 years. It's not the same person. He changed that much. So what's going on? I haven't been really looking at the chat. I see people getting aggravated. What about the cat? Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments. I don't know what's going on. I get that you don't like Shane Chanel, but like the hate mob against him, like it just needs to stop. Like he can't stop existing. I don't understand why people have to keep bringing this up over and over and over again. Like if people don't like him, don't like him. Like nobody's forcing you to like him. But bringing up the same shit, it's triggering. It's triggering. It's just like the David Dobrik stuff. It's triggering to people and everything else. Like it's so toxic. It's just so fucking toxic. And people fight with each other. People judge like so much out of the fans, like a great deal. Like if you don't like them, that's fine. Like we don't have to fight with each other over it. Just the mob mentality of constantly attacking one person, it just needs to stop. And I don't care who it is. I think it needs to stop against David Dobrik. I think it needs to stop against Shane. I just think it needs to stop. It like the stuff with Shane, he's been offline for almost a year. It needs to stop. It's harassment at this point. It's out of control. Like the fans can't even enjoy a post by him without all this toxicity, like come and like trying to run him off the internet. Like he deserves his platform. Everybody deserves their platforms unless they've literally committed a crime and deserve to be in jail. It's just aggravating. Let's all try to get along in the chat. There's always going to be people that disagree about Shane. I mean, it's just going to happen. It's just the way it is. People see what they see with him, and that's fine. And I just like the whole thing with it. I just want it all to stop because it creates fights in like the chat. It creates fights everywhere. It's very toxic, the stuff. Like, because people literally get really mad. Shane didn't make out with a teen. No, he didn't. He kissed a fan in front of her parents as a fan's request. Carrie Underwood has gotten on stage and kissed a 13-year-old, and everybody put her on a pedestal. It was the exact same scenario. It was a bad decision to make, but it was the exact same scenario. But let's just all try to get along in the chat. I get like this is like a hard subject for people to talk about and everything else. Like, but I just think, you know, people need to respect if somebody takes accountability about something, and then, You know, if you forgive them, you forgive them. If you don't, you don't. If they're silent online, like the mob mentality just needs to stop against them because it's nothing but toxic to everybody. I don't think people actually understand what the fans go through of canceled creators. Like, I feel bad for James Charles's fans right now. I really do, because they're going to get attacked for even supporting him. It's a tough position to be in when you idolize somebody or look up to somebody and you want to still support them. They constantly get attacked. I feel bad for David Dobrik's fans right now. I feel bad for so many people's fans right now that are going through cancellations, because I don't think people really understand what the fans of these creators go through. They probably go through more verbal abuse than the creators even read online, because the fans are trying to just get through the cancellation. And I think a lot of people need to understand that as well. It's going to cause a tragedy. Like, literally, it's going to cause a tragedy. Thank you so much, Colors Canvas. My whole thing is, someone did something wrong and apologize. I give them 3 years not to mess up. I do not attack them while they are learning. Big crimes not accounted. That is a good outlook to have. That's a good outlook to have. I agree. I think that's a very good outlook to have. And if you're not going to forgive somebody, you don't have to forgive them. That's fine. But the constant like anger and stuff like that, it's just so unnecessary. And the obsession over it, it's unnecessary. It's just so unnecessary. And like the whole thing with Shane, like he shouldn't be canceled like with Trisha when she's obviously lying about the situation just because people hate him. It's not right. Not right. Thank you, Phoebes. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I want you guys to all get along in the chat. Like, I appreciate all of you. Chanel's been a long time subscriber of mine, and I want everybody to just try to get along. She does have a very different view on like Shane and Jeffrey. Thank you, Iconic Dawson, for your super chat. I appreciate that. Oh, you got timed out? Do I even? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think the chat was getting a little out of control. I still love you too. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't want you guys to be fighting at all. And I don't want anybody to be getting timed out or anything like that. You know, I just want everybody to get along. That's the whole reason why I like created this channel. Like, it really means a lot to me just to see people getting along, having differences of opinion, and not like getting in a huge fight over anything, you know? And, you know, some people will not see things differently. I wish, and some people will never forgive things that people do. I just wish like the anger and the hate would stop, because it's not solving anything. And people can't stop existing because the internet wants you to. And because the internet has pounded that into your head for a full year. There's so many creators that do way worse things than jokes from 10 years ago, and they don't get a quarter of what Shane Dawson has gone through for the past year. Yeah, Heather. Yeah. I'm like shocked over some of the things that I see people get canceled over or get in trouble for. I'm just like, are you serious? Yeah, let's I'll tell you, all the mods in the chat, I've never really talked to you guys about timeouts or anything like that. Um, and my chat has been a little heated the past 2 streams just because I've been talking. I don't know, like I'm just really getting tired of all the mob mentality and stuff like that lately. But you know, I'm fine with people having differences of opinion, stuff like that. I try not to time people out too much because I don't want to silence anybody's opinions. But like, just because I'm doing a lot of streams and stuff like that, um, let's just kind of moving forward. If things get heated in the chat and anybody gets out of control, like give them at least one warning before you time anybody out or anything like that. But I don't want anybody fighting or anything like that. I don't want my chats getting heated or anything like that. My channel is like supposed to be a calm, happy place where we can all just be chill with each other. Oh, it's fine, Smiley Mama. The mods don't know some of these people like I mean, like I don't want everybody to get mad at Chanel either. Like she's been a long time subscriber of mine. She has a difference of opinion on Jeffrey and Shane, and that's fine. And I just want everybody to get along. I just really want everybody to get along. I appreciate like everybody that supports the channel a great deal, even if they don't agree with everything I say. Like I just don't think all this anger needs to be all the time. And I think honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I think it's wearing on a lot of people on the internet right now because it's like people are scared to even like there. I think I seen a tweet the other day from a creator that was like, every day I wake up, I'm afraid to even look online to see if I'm canceled. Like it shouldn't be that way. Like if it's truly about holding people accountable, then it needs to be about holding people accountable and then moving on. The constant attacks and stuff like that, it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything whatsoever. So but yeah. Oh, Lori, thank you. You are my favorite creator. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you. I really appreciate that a great deal. Thank you. Very generous. You didn't have to do that. I think you dropped a big one on my last one too. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I hope we're all cool in the chat. I hope everybody's all right. I just don't understand. I just think everything's wearing on a lot of people right now. I really think the constant ganging up on people is, I just, it's really gotten kind of scary, you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's seriously gotten, like, cancel culture has gotten scary to me. It didn't used to be like this at all. It's gotten so much worse in the past year. And like I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach that something really bad is going to eventually happen. And I have a feeling that like the drama channels and stuff like that, I think there's going to be consequences eventually for all of this. Yeah, the constant canceling is for sure weighing. I agree. It's wearing on everybody. It's wearing on the fan. And it doesn't help when drama channels like Dustin Daly and Adam McIntyre are purposely targeting fandoms. That's another thing that pisses me off. They purposely target fandoms, and it sends so much hate towards the people that, you know, want to still support whoever is canceled. It's not right. because the fans are not public figures. So for creators to be targeting fandoms, it's fucked up to me. It's not cool. Yeah. Makes me think of how celebrities have hurt themselves from constant bad press. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Yeah. The hate mobs don't get anything done. Yeah. I mean, to be quite honest, I think James Charles was behind Dramageddon 3 last year. I think he orchestrated a lot of that. That's just my opinion. But it seems like he did. And I feel like Dramageddon 3 was covering up what was actually going on, and that's James Charles. It's crazy to me how many people that he's been doing this to. I'm sure probably going to get a lot of thumbs down on this video too. Every time I speak against cancel culture, people don't like it. But it is what it is. I'm going to leave this one up. You're in my last live. I apologize for not leaving the last one up. I just couldn't leave it up. I was too embarrassed to leave it up. So, and I apologize if my mood has been all over the place. The cancel culture, to be quite honest, you guys, it's wearing on me. I feel like it's changing me as a person. I really do, because I get so aggravated with all of it. I feel like I'm angry all the time. Trying to research stuff and trying to keep up with stuff. It's like really making me angry. Smiley mama, I bet Jeffrey is dancing in his big old mansion. He probably is. He tweeted out like good morning or something like that. It's good to have good friends. And then he I don't know, Def Noodles put a post out about Jeffrey playing one of his songs. Nikki Jersey. Hey Nikki Jersey. I didn't know you were in here. And Timmy, I didn't see you. Yes, drama channels are so toxic. The only one I trust at this point is Keemstar. As far as the bigger creators. I want to trust Duff Noodles again. I just hope he gets away from Trisha. Because I really like Duff Noodles. I'm probably blocked though if he listened to the stream. To be honest, I don't think James is going to be canceled. He has enough money to live comfortably. Yeah, he does have enough money to live comfortably. I hope that I don't know. The thing with James Charles, like he committed a crime. I feel like he should be facing charges. Not uploading a video, taking accountability, you know? Like with James Charles, I see totally different than like what happened to like Shane Dawson or something. Like James committed crimes like that you can literally go to jail for. I mean, there's just such a major difference between the two, and it blows my mind that nobody is keeping that energy for him. But to me, he should be investigated by the police because I think, gosh dang, could you imagine if his computer gets searched? Whew. I think there would be a whole lot of stuff on there that would be quite shocking. Oh, are you talking about the text messages with Gage? Yeah, I never read those text messages. I literally heard them for the first time when I was reading them in that video. He was very manipulative in those text messages. And Gage was actually trying to find like a common ground with James, but James only seen it one way, and that's it. A lot of people say that about Keemstar. I don't know much about Keemstar. Like, to be honest, I never heard of Keemstar until about a year ago. So I know a lot of people. I mean, there's stuff I don't agree with Keemstar that I see that he puts on his Twitter, but a lot of people say he's really problematic. But I don't know much about his past. But he's been spitting nothing but facts lately, like literally facts. Like the whole thing with Trisha, I'm so glad he sees it. I'm so glad he sees it. Exactly. James needs to go to jail. You know what's funny is like Insider, they're not even really paying attention to the whole James Charles shit either. They're all focused on David Dobrik, and she's like obsessed with that Jeffree Star article that has like no proof in it. And she's not even keeping any energy for James Charles at all. Keem has quite the ego. Yeah, I've noticed that with Keemstar. Def Noodle showed his true motivations, not a comedy satire channel at all. It's full of toxic narrative gossip channel that over involves himself to get content. I really hope Def Noodles finds himself again. I really do. It really makes me sad because, like, he was one of the only channels I really, because to me, like, Def Noodles always seemed more like a neutral type channel because it was more like comedy based and he didn't really give much of his opinions. But, like, I don't know, his tweets, they're just so different than they used to be. He's been putting out these jabs at certain creators here and there. It's just not him, man. And then his channel is all Trisha. It's all Trisha and David Dobrik stuff. Watch the debate between Def Noodles and Augie. I haven't. Augie at RFC. I like Def Noodles, but I get what you mean, especially lately. Yeah. I really like Def Noodles. Like, it really makes me sad. I just don't want to see him, like, go down in flames with them. That's the thing about it. Like, it's not just me that's seeing this. Like, a lot of the fans are seeing it too. People are constantly, like, every time I share a tweet of his, like, at least 3 or 4 people say I can't see the tweet because I'm blocked. And it's anybody that, like, calls him out on the Trisha stuff. And they're being very obvious about it. That's the thing about it. They're being really obvious about it. I don't think Def Noodles is a bad person either. I don't know why. I just don't know why he's trusting Trisha. Because he's better than that. He really is better than that. I remember, like, when Def, like, followed me on Twitter. I thought it was, like, the coolest thing ever. And, like, makes me sad to talk about him like this. And I'm afraid he's going to unfollow me and block me. Because I think he does watch my channel here and there. But, you know, I'm not going to lie about the situation. And I truly, truly think he's better than what he's doing right now. And I hope he sees it. And if he does hear this, I hope he doesn't take it as an attack on him, because I just don't want him to I don't want to see him go down with him, because it's going to happen. they're going to go down. I think a lot of creators are picking up on it. Drama channels are ignoring it. And that's just how it is right now. But they're going to go down. So Keemstar's already picking up on it. It's just only a matter of time. But yeah. Anyways. Rich Lux is my favorite drama channel. Not so much of a Keem fan. Yeah, I like Rick's. I like Rich. He doesn't stress me out. I didn't watch a lot of Keemstar. I watch more of his Twitter stuff than I do his drama alerts. But I'm really into Keemstar right now because he's really spitting facts right now. Do you know why? What did that say? Do you know why Jeffree and Shane are friends? Because they have similar traumas in their childhood. They get treated the same way. And when all Shane's friends turned on him last year. Yeah. I agree with that. And people, you know, people say like Shane had a friend in Trisha. Trisha was the only true one, you know, all that stuff. Like I said before, I mean, just watch everything I said earlier. You know, she's lying. She's lying. She is lying about Shane. There's no way. But yeah, I'm gonna have to jump off here. I didn't realize it was 11:15, and I've been on here for almost 3 hours. I'm glad the chat is calm. I'm sorry for anybody that got timed out, but I'm glad we're all good. I'm glad we're all chatting comfortably now. So hopefully Friday's stream will be more calm. We'll do it without a crystal ball stream or something on Friday. The streams are usually calm without a crystal ball stuff. Or Adam McIntyre, we can all agree with him too, I think. Even though people tell me I'm bullying him like they have been for the past 2 weeks. But anyways, I am going to jump off here. If you have not seen my new James Charles video, I will link it below. Please go watch it. It really does show a full timeline of how he got progressively worse over time. I go in order from, you know, like minor things that happened all the way to the present time. In the end, there's chapters to help you navigate through the video. I worked really hard on that video. It's like an hour and 17 minutes long, I think. But you can jump around the chapters if you've heard some of the stories, but it really does show how he's gotten progressively worse over time, his system of doing this to people. And I really do think that James, you know, there was a point in time where he was trying to manipulate straight guys that were like at 18 years old and up, but he got to a point where he couldn't manipulate those guys into thinking that they were actually gay. And I think that's why he has gone to minors, because minors are more easy to manipulate and try to get them to think something because they're trying to figure out themselves. But anyways, yeah, that video, it really does show a full timeline of his system and that sort of thing. So I will link that in the description box down below. So go check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys Friday night. And I love all you guys. I'm sorry things got heated, but I hope we're all cool with each other. And I will see you all Friday. Bye, you guys. Thanks for all the super chats and all the love. See you guys.